The Detroit Lions come off of their bye week and they head to SoFi to face the Los Angeles Chargers. I so want to call them San Diego, but they have not been the San Diego Chargers for about 5 years now. But the Detroit Lions coming off that bye week, nice rest, coming off of a win against the Las Vegas Raiders on Monday Night Football. They are going to have an opportunity to do something that they haven't done in over a decade, which is win a game in these Pacific time slot, something that the Detroit Lions haven't done in quite a while. When we played Seattle or whatever team it was, we don't go over there often, and when we do, we seem to lose. But I think that this is the year that things change. But let's go over the ESPN game cast and check out the stats. The Detroit Lions are actually not favored to win this game, according to ESPN, the matchup predictor anyway. I think they're 3-point favorites in as far as the betting line. 40.6 chance to win this game to 59.1 for the Los Angeles Chargers. I think that's a little ridiculous. Jared Goff, 200 for 293, 2,174 yards with 12 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He actually was top 5 until he had the bye week. In passing, I fully expect him to be top 5 after this game. Justin Herbert, 189 for 282 for 2,026 yards with 13 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Jahmyr Gibbs, after David Montgomery missing 3 games, has taken over the rushing leader after that 152-yard game on Monday night. 76 carries, 399 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Joshua Kelly, 74 carries, 323 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And no surprise here, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 57 receptions, 665 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Keenan Allen, who's been doing this thing for over a decade now, 62 receptions, 720 yards with 4 touchdowns, as far as he's concerned as well. Out for us. Really, nobody on the injury report. Let's go here. Check out this. Halapoulivaati Vaitai is out. No surprise there. Levi Onwuzurike, he's been healthy scratched the past 2 or 3 games. Now he's going to be out again, most likely. Donovan Peoples-Jones has a rib injury that he got from Cleveland. I fully expect to see him a few snaps or so, and then Dan Skipper should be in there as well. If we go down to the last 5 games for the Detroit Lions are 4-1, losing against the Baltimore Ravens in week 7. And then the Los Angeles Chargers are 3-2. And if you look at their wins, I mean, they beat the Raiders, they lost to the Cowboys, they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. They beat teams that are below 500. And at this time, this team was not below 500. I think they were 2-1 at the time. Carolina was below 500. Tampa Bay was 2 games above 500. The Baltimore Ravens, we see what happened there, and the Las Vegas Raiders. So we have 4-1 against a 3-2 team. So what do I think is going to happen this game? Well, I alluded to it earlier that the Detroit Lions are going to shake that West Coast stigma, man, and they're going to win this game. They're going to win this game. Couple things that have to happen. We haven't had a game since the trade deadline, and they've got Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa on one side, but we've got Taylor Deckard and Penei Sewell to handle those guys. And Penei has not given up a sack, I believe, this year, and Taylor has only given up 2. So we got guys that can handle them, but they're going to have to contain these guys. One-on-one, they're going to have to do. So we got to keep Jared Goff upright. He took a beating in the Ravens game, and we can't let that happen again. 5 sacks they got on Jared Goff. We cannot let that happen again. We also basically have to worry about Keenan Allen, and we got to worry about Austin Eckler. We got to worry about those 2 guys with Mike Williams being out, and you got Joshua Palmer. I think his name is Joshua Palmer as well. But on the defensive side of the ball, you got Derwin James. You got some guys over there that can give some trouble to the Detroit Lions. So the good news is David Montgomery is going to be back this game. That 1-2 punch. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be feeling it if David can't go. Jahmyr, we've seen the 2 times that he's been in, that David's been out, that he can carry the load. So expect Jahmyr Gibbs to get going, to continue that kind of streak that he's having of good football. David Montgomery, get him involved. I would like to see Jameson Williams. I really would like to see him get involved as well. And Donovan Peoples-Jones. I know Dan Campbell said they're not going to overwork this guy. They're going to slowly ease him into the system. So I think we're going to see him as well. So the key to winning this game, We got to keep Jared Goff upright. We cannot turn the ball over because I want to say that the Chargers are they have the second most sacks in the NFL. So just like the Ravens, and we saw what happened against them, we lost that game in bad fashion. We have not beat. I don't know if we've played. I don't think we've even played Justin Herbert. I think this is the first time we've actually played Justin Herbert. So this is going to be new to us. But I think that the Detroit Lions are going to win this game and move to 7-2, and they'll remain in second place when it comes to the NFC conference. With the win over the Chargers, keep a streak rolling. The good news is we haven't lost 2 in a row in over a year. Not saying we're going to lose this game, but I think that the Detroit Lions have a real opportunity. We got to keep the pressure, keep winning games, because Minnesota they're going to be playing as well. And at the making of this video, going into week 10, I can't believe it's week 10. Going into week 10, they are 2 games behind us with momentum. And momentum is something that is really hard to shake when you get it in the NFL. So I'm not worried about the Vikings, but the Detroit Lions need to keep doing what they're doing to win this game. So the key is, again, we have to pressure Justin Herbert. He likes to scramble. We have to be able to contain him as well. And throwing on the run, he reminds me a lot of Patrick Mahomes, how he can create plays with his legs. And you don't know if he's going to pass it or run it. He does have that broken index finger on his non-throwing hand, but it doesn't seem to be limiting him that much. So we'll see how that goes. So I think the Detroit Lions are going to win this game, go to 7-2, and remain in second place in the NFC picture. With a Seattle win, the Eagles can't move from the first seed no matter what happens. I think the quickest they could fall off would be week 11 or 12. But believe it or not, heading into the week of next week on Wednesday, the ESPN playoff machine opens up. So we're going to look at seeding and instead of how the Detroit Lions can make the playoffs, we're going to be looking at seeding and when they can secure the division and have fun, do fun stuff like that. So anyway, I am getting over being sick. You see me muting the microphone because I'm coughing, trying to hold the cough down. I've been sick for the last 3 or 4 days, but after 3 days, man, it's time to make a video. We got a game in 48 hours, so I had to get some content out. Appreciate everybody. And it finally happened. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate you to consider subscribing and to the channel, because if you look, as I say the word subscribe, you'll see the animation around the subscribe button, but it only happens if you haven't subscribed yet. It's very subtle, but it might be enough to catch your attention. If you are subscribed to the channel and you want to see it happen, unsubscribe and then subscribe back, of course, obviously, but you'll see it. It's very reminiscent to the thumbs up animation when you hit a thumbs up. So I am back feeling not 100%, but I'm feeling better. Thank you for all the comments in the comment section of my community posts. I'm feeling probably about 75, 80%, still spending a lot of time in the bed and stuff like that and sweating for no reason. So that's how doing little stuff it's super tough to do. And that's how you know you're sick. But you guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. Leave your thoughts in the comments below and each other. And as always, go Lions.